I believe we all deserve to feel calm, confident, and happy every single day. But all too often, we get in our own way and we let the little voice in our heads talk us out of our own natural joy. I'm Kyle Greenfield, and I want to help you shift from a state of unconscious unhappiness to more conscious and deliberate joy. So if you struggle with stress, burnout, frustration, lack of fulfillment, or even just feeling like you could be better, then this is for you. A lot of my clients come to me when it's not like there's anything wrong in their lives. Like there's often not one specific problem that they can point to, but they just have this sense that something's off, that life is supposed to be better than this. And that's a state that I call unconscious unhappiness. It's something we all go through at times, and basically what it is a soft disconnection from our inner feeling of joy and well-being. I believe that we're not meant to struggle. I don't think we're meant to just sort of go through the motions of life or just sort of get through each day. I think we're supposed to wake up feeling eager and excited. I think we're supposed to feel passionate and alive and on track towards our goals. And we're meant to feel really deep states of peace and connection and love. So why don't we? Most of the time, we point to external conditions. That annoying voice in our head convinces us that everything has to be just right before we can be happy. But our true joy is within us, and all we really have to do is get out of our own way. To do that, we have to come back into alignment. And for most of us, that means we need to work on two key skills. We need to strengthen our peace, and we need to reframe our thoughts. So with most of my clients, we work on both of these skills simultaneously. To strengthen your peace, we work on reconnecting with your natural inner joy, bringing it forward into little moments throughout the day. That raises your default state so you feel better and more vibrant as you go about your day, and you don't feel as triggered by events in the world around you. To reframe your thoughts, we'll start to look at the stories you're telling yourself, often behind the scenes, the unconscious meaning that you assign to situations, so that we can figure out what beliefs we need to shift. And then we'll start to look at how we can change those thoughts authentically, deliberately. I like to say we reach for a better feeling thought. And sometimes that's really simple. Sometimes that might be something like moving from, I really hate when this happens, to, it's so frustrating when this happens. That's a better thought. It lifts you up a little bit. And while sometimes that's really simple, often those shifts run deeper. Our negative thoughts are usually backed by beliefs that we didn't even know that we had. And reaching for that better feeling thought often requires us to own up to some of the fears and limitations that we've placed on ourselves. But when we let go of those old beliefs, it feels like dropping a weight that we didn't even know that we were carrying. We start to feel lighter and more at ease, and we're able to step back into our natural flow. I use a 5-step framework to help keep us grounded and on point as we go forward. I call it the path of alignment, and we can chat more about it when we speak. But the entire point of coaching is to customize this path for you. We'll speak one-on-one at the pace that you choose, according to your schedule and your goals. Often, we'll have a specific concept we're working on, and we will use events from your week as guiding topics for that. So, for example, if you're working on staying calm under pressure, you might say something like, Kyle, I really lost it on Thursday. We've got a tight deadline at work, and a colleague didn't finish his part, and I really just tore into him. And we'll work through that together. We'll ask questions like, what was your immediate reaction? What thoughts came up? Did you do anything to reset? Looking back now, can you see how you might have shifted those thoughts in the moment? And is there any tool or strategy that we can use here that will help you in a similar situation in the future? That's how you start to stack wins together. We can apply these principles to pretty much any negativity that we face. And some of the common themes that I work with are, firstly, stress. And if that's you, then we'll look at how to create peace of mind and stay centered, even when you have a lot on your plate. We'll look at how we can respond to triggers and external pressure from a state of grace, and how we can stay clear and grounded, even when we're going through a tough time. Or if you want to focus on goals and success, then we'll look at how we can build momentum in a way that is sustainable, so we feel clear and passionate and driven, almost propelled towards our goals, without getting worn down or burnt out when challenges and obstacles come up along the way. And if you want to work on fulfillment and inner peace, then we'll look at the meaning we assign to life. We'll ask questions like, how can we cultivate more joy in our day? How do I feel fulfilled even when I'm not where I want to be? And how do I remain confident and happy even as I face challenges in our crazy modern world? I cannot answer these questions for you, but I can guide you to help find the answers for yourself. I can show you the tools and the strategies that have worked for me and for many of my other clients to help feel more grounded, focused, and joyful, even when life throws challenges your way. Because when we are in alignment, life just feels easier, and we can wake up every morning feeling calm and in control, happy to get up and start going about the day. I believe that we all always have the ability to come back to this state of alignment, but it is a decision that only you can make. And I think to do it, you have to be fed up with feeling just fine. You have to be tired of just getting through the day, and you have to be ready for more in your life. So when you're truly ready to make that choice, that's when we should chat. You can click below to schedule a time with me this week. On our call, we will clarify your biggest blocks, walk through 1 or 2 quick shifts that you can start using immediately, and map out a clear path so that you can make the lasting, positive change that you need. It's easier than you think, so when you're ready, all you have to do is take that first step and schedule a call. I cannot wait to start working with you.